lolly bus. But where does it go? Where does it stop? Watch for the sign of the lollipop. Stop! It's the playground stop.
There's leaves absolutely everywhere, aren't there?
We're going to have to
Yeah, I think you're going to have to start sweeping those up, aren't you? There you are, there's your rakes and your broom. That's good, girls. Right.
Let's see how many of these ones we can get in. Where are we going to put yours?
Now, which way are you going to put it in? That way, because that part's the root, isn't it? And that's got to go down. Right, put it in. You made yourself a little hole. Right, now cover it up, Joe, very, very carefully. That's right. Cover it right up. Definitely the best leaf gatherers they can see.
Oh, this is hard work. Oh, this is hard work. Everybody gotta come and do it up here as well.
Ready? That's it. Turn around this way. That's it. Now, can we up tip it? That's it. No. There we are. Got hold of it. I'll have the pot. So, have you finished planting yours? You ready to put another bulb in for me? You want some help? Right, turn around so as I can help my hand underneath. Dig with our fingers a bit. Ready? Round there. Round there. Round there. Now you push it in a bit for me. There we are. Good girl.
Stop messing about. I had a little cherry stone. I put it in the ground. When next year I came to look, a tiny shoot I found. The shoot grew upwards day by day and soon became a tree. I picked the rosy cherries then and ate them for my tea.
Here we go, rolling the newspaper up, making sure it's nice and straight. Hello. I'm going to turn this newspaper into a tree. Honestly. First of all, I'll put the sellotape on the newspaper so as it doesn't roll apart. Now I'm going to make the leaves by cutting into the paper with this pair of scissors. If you try this, be very careful not to cut your hands. Here's some leaves. And some more leaves. You can make these leaves as long or as short as you want. But I'm making nice long leaves, and hopefully lots of them too. Now, this is the important bit. Give that a little rip there. You have to pull the middle very gently so that the tree grows. And there you have one tree. Can you think of any other things that grow? Plants, animals, and people Can you remember what it was like when you were a baby, before you learned to walk and talk? Lizzie is trying to remember what it was like when she was small.
Hi. Take a look at this photo of when I was very small. I wish I could remember what it was like then. Remember, remember, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember how when I was small it would feel to be tiny and wrapped in a shawl. I couldn't say words, so I'd cry really loud, Mum says. Then she would feed me and kiss me and feel very proud. But I just can't imagine how when I was small it would feel to be tiny and wrapped in a shawl. Oh, look at me crawling. I'm trying to remember how when I was small I'd lie on my tummy and wriggle and crawl. I would pull myself up so that I could see more. Whoops! Then I would wobble and let go and fall on the floor. But I just can't imagine how when I was small it would feel not to walk and just wriggle and crawl. Oh, look, I can walk in this one. I'm trying to remember walking when I was small and what it was like when the world was so tall. The stairs were like mountains, grown-up legs like a wall. I couldn't see a thing. Someone would lift me so high I'd see over them all. But I just can't remember when I was small, 'cause now I'm grown up and I am tall. But however tiny or tall I might be, I've always been Lizzie and glad to be me. And this is my song. You join in too. I'm Lizzie, and I'm always on the move. Busy Lizzie, join in with me and move. Clap your hands to the music's beat. And also if you like it, you can stamp your feet. I'm Lizzie, join in with me. I'm Lucky Lizzie, as I'm worked by string, which means I can do almost anything. Nod and dance and shake and spin. Whoops! Well, almost anything. I'm Lizzie. Join in with me. Nod and dance to the music sound. Shake if you like and spin around. I'm Lizzie. Join in with me. And when it's time to rest and stop, I can droop and sway and flop and flop. I'm Lizzie. Join in with me. Bye. Join in with me. Bye. Join in with me. Bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Let me just get in here. What are you making?
Flowers.
You're making flowers.
I made that one.
You made that one. Which flower did you make?
Made that one, that one, and that one.
Oh,
Flowers took away mine. It
Oh.
was like this.
was it? It's probably in there somewhere. Do you know where flowers grow from?
Vases, that's a vase.
That's a vase. That's right. Flowers do grow from vases.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't got a vase,
You can use a flower pot.
you can use a flower pot.
Because we got some flower pots.
Flowers grow from seeds, very small seeds like this. And this is the sign for seeds. And this here is the sign for a flower growing out of the ground. Can you do that with me? Can you do that? That's it. Flower That's lovely. And this is the sign for seed. So it's very small, very tiny.
Yes, it like that, and it goes.
That's right, and it grows up into a flower. That's right. It goes into a flower. And I know a poem about that, and I'll do the poem for you now. It goes like this. 5 small seeds planted in a row. Down comes the rain, and the seeds begin to grow. Out comes the sun, and the buds begin to show. 5 small flowers growing in a row. Yes! That's the sound of Sticky Beak. So that means it's time for another story. And this story is about someone who thought that she was shrinking instead of growing. So here now is the story of Sticky Beak and the mystery of the shrinking devil.
One morning, as Sticky Beak the magpie and Nosy Parker the anteater were strolling through the gum trees, they came to a garden. Inside the garden, bees buzzed, birds sang, and butterflies fluttered from plant to plant. Corn and carrots, radishes and rhubarb, potatoes and pumpkins and peas grew in rows. Nosy asked, "I wonder whose garden this is?"
It's mine,
answered a sad voice above them.
but not for long.
Sticky and Nosy looked up. A little Tasmanian devil with shiny black eyes and red ribbons in her fur was sitting on a branch in the old dead tree, crying. Her name was Tassie.
Why do you say that?
asked Sticky Beak.
Because I am shrinking.
Sighed Tassie.
Every day I get smaller and smaller and smaller. Soon I will be so small I will disappear altogether.
How strange, said Sticky. Most young animals grow a little bit bigger and a little bit taller every day. Nosy nodded. How mysterious. This sounds like a case for the best detective in the bush.
Oh, yes, a detective is just what I need.
Tassie said, wiping away her tears.
I am the best detective,
Sticky boasted.
I'll be glad to solve this mystery for you.
Nosy opened his notebook and began to scribble. Tell us the facts, Tassie. Tassie began.
There's not much to tell. It all started 2 weeks ago. I planted my garden with seeds. Every day I pulled the weeds. Every day I watered the plants. Every day I worked in my garden. And every day I was smaller.
Sobbed Tassie. Perhaps you have watered yourself and shrunk, Nosy suggested. Sticky asked,
Tell me, Tassie, how do you know you're getting smaller? I measured myself,
she answered.
I will show you.
Tassie led Sticky and Nosy to a tall wooden stake where pea plants covered in red ribbons were climbing. Tassie explained.
Each morning I stand here. I tie a ribbon to the pea plant to show where my nose touches, like this.
Tassie stood straight and tall. She touched her shiny black nose to the pea plant. Then she tied a red ribbon to the plant where her nose touched. Above this ribbon, lots of other red ribbons had already been tied.
As you can see,
sniffed the little Tasmanian devil,
I am not growing at all. I am only getting smaller.
Whistling wombats, cried Nosy. You are shrinking. Sticky Beak folded his wings. Back and forth he walked, his feet crunching in the dirt. Sticky thought about gardens and pea plants and Tassie. Suddenly he blinked. Then he smiled.
Great galloping gumnuts! I've worked it out, he shouted. Tassie isn't shrinking at all. She's measuring herself against the pea plant and it's growing very quickly each day. Tassie, if you measure yourself against something that's not growing, like a door or a fence post, you'll see that you really are growing.
Tassie listened carefully to Sticky Beak. Once a week she stood up straight and touched her nose to the old dead tree. And after many weeks, she could see just how tall she was growing, and the case of the shrinking devil was solved.
Oh, look at me! I've grown really big! Well, I haven't actually. These are stilts. And using stilts are the only way that I'll ever get any bigger. You see, I've stopped growing because I'm a grown-up. But children are growing all the time. And as children get bigger, they find that they can do things they didn't normally do before. There's a poem in this book about growing and learning, and it's called All on My Own. My dad says I'm getting big, and I can do so much now, all on my own. I can get washed and brush my teeth, and get dressed now, all on my own. I can write my own name, and lots of other words too, all on my own. I'm on level 3 readers, and I can almost read now, all on my own. Sometimes I have to read to Miss Bottomley, all on my own. When I come home from school, I make myself a drink, all on my own. At dinner time, Mum lets me lay the table, all on my own. I have a bedroom where sometimes I can go to be, all on my own. At night I lay in my bed and listen to the telly downstairs, all on my own. I listen for their voices and I fall asleep, all on my own. It's nice to know they're close, and I'm not really all on my own. Time for a trick now. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Here in my pocket, I've got these. These are all ropes. Yeah. Have you seen them before? Have you really? No, you haven't. Oh, but you haven't. I bet you haven't seen them like this, though. Look, what's the difference between all of these ropes here? Tell me what's the difference is.
You've got one small and one middle size and one long.
That's it. One small, one long, and one middle size, and they're all ropes, which is the only thing that they've got in common. But if I do this, if I put that one up there, and I put this one up there, and I put this one up there, and I ask you to blow, you blow. Oh, nice big blow. You blow. You blow. Oh, what a large mouth. That's it, a mouth wing. And you blow. Lovely. Yeah. Right. Now, what I'll ask you to do then is they're all going to do this. They're all going to grow. So there you have 1, 2, 3 lengths of rope, all the same length as each other. But the funny thing about this is, if I ask you now just to all blow, you blow. You blow. You blow. Right, you blow. And hopefully what should happen is that you have this long one here, this middle-sized one, and this one, the very, very tiny one, at the end. That's like a worm, isn't it? And that's the sound of the bus bell, so it means it's time for Lizzie to go. Bye, Lizzie!
Bye.
And it's also time for us to go too. So, until next week, goodbye!